Let's begin by understanding the landscape. Laos, a landlocked lower middle-income country in Southeast Asia, has long relied on official development assistance, or ODA, to fuel its development ambitions. With a GDP per capita of around USD 2,100 in 2023, and persistent challenges like high rural poverty, limited industrial diversification, and infrastructure deficits, Laos faces significant hurdles on its path to sustainable growth. Over the past 2 decades, Australia has played a consistent and strategic role as a bilateral donor, focusing on sectors such as education, health, governance, and rural infrastructure. This partnership is not just about funding, it's about aligning with Laos's national priorities and supporting its ninth socioeconomic development plan. But the central question remains, does Australian ODA actually translate into measurable, sustained economic growth for Laos? Answer this, researchers adopted a rigorous approach, combining long-run co-integration analysis with short-run dynamic modeling. The study integrates three key theories: human capital theory, which posits that investments in education and health drive productivity and growth; innovation and technology diffusion theory, highlighting the role of technology and knowledge spillovers; and aid effectiveness theory, which stresses the importance of institutional quality and policy alignment. By using a vector error correction model, or VECM, the research captures both the long-term and short-term effects of Australian ODA on Laos's economic indicators. This means not only looking at whether aid boosts GDP per capita, but also how education spending and technology adoption mediate this relationship. The methodology is robust, using harmonized data from the World Bank, UNDP, OECD, and Lao government sources, and applying advanced statistical tests to ensure reliability. The results are compelling. The study finds a statistically significant long-run relationship between Australian ODA and GDP per capita growth in Laos. In other words, well-targeted aid, especially in education and technology, acts as a genuine catalyst for sustainable development. Research shows that increases in ODA-funded education spending lead to measurable gains in human capital, as reflected in higher secondary school enrollment and improvements in the Human Development Index. Technology transfer, supported by Australian aid, also plays a crucial role, with ICT adoption linked to productivity gains, though with a lagged effect. Importantly, the effectiveness of ODA is not automatic. It depends on Laos's capacity to absorb and utilize aid efficiently. Policy recommendations emphasize investing more in human capital, strengthening technology transfer, and improving public financial management to maximize the impact of every aid dollar. Summary: the evidence is clear. Australian ODA, when strategically targeted, can drive meaningful economic development in Laos. The study's integrated framework not only validates key economic theories, but also provides actionable insights for policymakers. For Australia, the recommendation is to prioritize investments in education and technology, shift toward results-based aid, and support robust data systems for ongoing evaluation. For Laos, strengthening institutional capacity and aligning aid with national priorities are essential steps. While the findings are country-specific and limited by data constraints, they offer a valuable blueprint for future aid effectiveness research and policy design in the Mekong region. Ultimately, the partnership between Australia and Laos demonstrates how thoughtful, evidence-based aid can help unlock long-term growth and development.